Hey everybody, it's Mike Cross bringing you another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my home recording setup. But before we get started, I want to talk to you about something that's really important, bullying. See this shirt? I was coming out the store the other day and there was two young girls sitting there with a stand and they stopped me. They asked me did I want to donate to a cause to stop bullying in high school. And I thought about it and I said, you know what? I just lost somebody real close to me because of bullying in high school. So I was very interested. Did you know she told me there was over 4,400 deaths every year just because of bullying. These little kids are killing themselves because of other people bullying them in school. This got to stop. So I promised them I will wear this shirt in my next video to help stop the violence. Now I know all y'all rappers and hip hoppers out there may think it's cool to be gangsters and everything, but the bullying part, that's not cool. We need to stick together and try to help one another to bring an end to this bullying. I'm just trying to let y'all know how close this is to my heart because that little girl was real close to me. People thought that was my daughter. And every day I used to see her smiling face. So Storm, I know you're looking down on me and I miss you so much. So now let's get on with the video.
Even though I haven't seen you for so long, still living in my whole world. I haven't seen you for so long, still my one and only dream boy. I haven't seen you for so long, still living in my whole world. I haven't seen you for so long, still my one and only dream boy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you?
Okay, I'm recording this with my phone again. I hope you don't mind. Each one of these blue so-called blocks or bricks that you see on the wall has been handmade. There are over 2,400 of them. Trust me, I counted. In a home-based studio, it's good to use two monitors for faster editing. This is the wall separating the control room from the vocal booth. Just look how thick it is. We built the vocal booth real close, but it's still maybe a 2 or 3 inch gap between the vocal booth and the control room. Now let's go into the vocal booth. This wall was made with 2-inch drywall on both sides. Now the microphone we're using is an Austin microphone Spirit. It has a large diaphragm and it's a condenser microphone. Now for your pop screen, I recommend a steel pop screen. Now we send in a stereo signal into both our vocal booth and the artist can adjust the volume of their headphones. Now the hole that's in the walls is set the wires in that is facing on the back of the wall. So this cable is running all the way around the back of the wall, all the way around to the side of the wall and out to our control room. We have double booth where both artists can look through the glass to see each other. Right now we're using the other room as a storage room for all our junk that we're not using in the studio. We have 16 channels coming into our vocal booth and our vocal booth is large enough to set a drum set in. Now right here we have another 6 channels that you can bounce off into the smaller vocal booth. Also, we send in a stereo signal to the smaller booth, which is booth B, and the person in booth A, which is the bigger booth, have to adjust their headphones. Now let's go into this other room. It's kind of tight and kind of small, especially with all the junk we have into it. Now, right now we're housing, I think it's 20 or 30, I think it's 20 microphones that we're going to use for giveaways. Let me see if I can get this out of here. These are brand new microphones, y'all, that we're going to be giving away once we hit 1,000 subscribers. This little mic is very clean sounding. The NW800. I have tested this mic. This mic sounds great. Now, this is very important right here. Very, very important. Our signal that's coming from the microphone that's in the booth is hooked directly to this Duet. The Duet is made by Apogee. Apogee makes a stereo converter that converts the analog signal into digital before it goes into the computer. You can record without this, but the Duet does it much cleaner and our vocals come out much better. The best headphones I recommend is the Sony monitors. These Sony monitors can run you, we have about 4 or 5 pair of them. When they break, I just go get some more. But make sure that these Sony headphones say monitors on them. That's upside down. Studio monitors on it. And dig our telephone for the studio. When people call us, it rings right in the studio. Now, our Yamaha speakers. Yamaha speakers are our main speakers that we mix off of. Listen to all your music in your studio, your #1 studio speakers. Get used to hearing it through these speakers so you know what your music should sound like, if that makes sense. No matter what, when you first start off in a home-based studio, you should use 2 sets of speakers so you can A/B some speakers. Now, one thing I didn't point out is the JBLs. These JBLs are like $500 speakers, and we're driving them with a regular receiver. I went to the pawn shop and just got a receiver, a regular home stereo receiver, and hooked that up. Now, for our speaker mixer or monitor station, we have the PreSonus V2. Okay, on our monitor station, this first headphone output is what we send into the vocal booths. So we can actually adjust the volume that's going into the unit that's in the vocal booths. That way we're not pushing it too hard, or if somebody in there, they don't know how to work the controller, we can just turn it down or turn it up a little bit from here. And the other 3, if I'm doing some videos or doing some type of recording, I can hook up like 3 outputs, or maybe put a splitter on that and hook up more if I need it. I think it's important for your artist to have stereo in their headphones. So that's why I keep stressing the stereo in the headphones. A lot of people, when they build their studio, they just send a mono signal to the artist that's in the booth or to the headphones, and that's not a good idea. This is your main volume for whatever speakers you have selected. The A speakers or the B speakers. So right now I'm showing that you can play both of the speakers at the same time, A speakers or B speakers, and it switches just that easy to switch back and forth. So I really like that. It has a talkback mic on it also. So the last bottom right hand button, you press that and you see the little speaker that's right there. It's like a room speaker, everybody can talk. The signal goes right into the person that's in the vocal booth headphones. Okay, now for our YouTube videos, we have this H1 handy recorder. This H1, I'm telling y'all, I think they make a H2 or a bigger version of it that costs a little more. The mics on it are great. It records MP3 or WAV file. I recommend to always record in WAV file because you get a better, cleaner signal. Okay, this microphone, I forget the name of this microphone, but it's just a regular lapel mic. But one thing about this cord, it's so much cord on this thing, man. The cord is so long, and it has a little preamp in it that you can switch off and on, you know. So anyway, I don't use the preamp unless I have to. That way I save the battery. But the mic is great. Now, every studio needs a hard drive. I know a lot of people probably gonna get mad at me for saying this. I'm just gonna be honest. You can buy any type of hard drive that will hook up to your computer. Now, let me talk about these double monitors. When you're mixing and engineering and pulling up some plugins, you have to have a way to have all this stuff open so you can see what you're doing and micro edit all kinds of good stuff. I would recommend highly to buy any kind of monitor. I elevated it a little bit with these 2 pieces of wood blocks. I was supposed to decorate it and never got around to it. We have 2 GoPros and we have 2 common drones so we can get some sky footage. You see the keyboards. I like the keyboards right in front of me, so I got this smaller keyboard. I think it's 33 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we have the big boy, the 88 key. I like to stretch out and really get into producing. And you got your sustain pedal down here, of course. I'm telling y'all, man, we get a great sound out of here, man. I enjoy being in here. Whenever you make your studio, you definitely want to make it comfort home based as possible because you're gonna be living in there. Okay, now let's talk about the soundproofing and the sound blocking. The blue is more of a sound blocking material and the black is more of a soundproofing material. The soundproofing material is made out of old rubber tires that they some kind of way melted it together, and when I first bought it, when you unraveled it, it smelled like an old tire factory. We have a fish tank built into the wall that you can see through to the other room. Real quick, I also want to mention that each wall in our recording studio is not touching another wall or another part of the house. Every wall is separated from the house. Also, I forgot to mention that the glass, our glass that you're looking through to go to the control room, you're actually looking through 4 layers of glass. The first one is on this side of the wall. The second one is on the next side of the wall. Then you got the vocal booth wall that has a layer on that side, and then the front of the layer of the glass. Now, I'm going to go ahead and point this out because it sits right there and everybody sees it clearly. We have a bug that died in between the glass and we can't get to it. I could not believe that there was a bug in this wall and I couldn't get to it. We have made and sealed everything up. By the time we finished with the decoration and everything, we noticed this bug sitting there. Everybody comes through and they give me all these ideas on how to get this bug out of this wall. It's just way too much work. So y'all hit that subscribe button and I'll see y'all later. Peace.